Hello and welcome back to another edition of the MCR. My name is Mac. I've got TJ with me. We're working via Skype today. So let's talk about why, and this is a tough topic and a lot of people are going to be mad when we do it, but why is it white people are to blame for everything? Now, in Memphis, Tennessee, we've got 5 black police officers beating the hell out of a guy and
black motorist.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have all the particulars because I'm just too disgusted by the whole thing, and it's really not relevant to what we're going to talk about here. But we have a Maxwell Frost, and if you got that tweet in front of you, you can tell our audience what Maxwell Frost, Democrat from Florida, had to say.
Okay, Maxwell Frost, and I'd like to get his name correct here. Maxwell Alejandro Frost of Florida. Okay, he tweeted, "Doesn't matter what color those police officers are, the murder of Tyree Nichols is anti-black and the result of white supremacy." This tweet he later deleted, but as you know, once you put a tweet out there, it's
there forever. Once somebody does a screenshot, you own it. So. Yeah. We see this in the mainstream media constantly. I think right out of the gate, they wanted to report, a white guy had done that shooting in California in Chinatown. It turns out it was a 72-year-old Asian guy. Now, of course, we know that historically that it's usually white males who do mass shootings, but that's not been the case in the last few years.
Oh, and that California thing was not an AR either.
Yeah, well, that's the first thing they report. It's an AR-15. Yeah. It's a white Trump supporter. With no information, they go right there.
Yeah.
Going to my point is, sorry, I'm asking this question, is everything the fault of white people? And according to Mr. Jeffries, it's white supremacy, no less.
And a lot of times, I'm not saying Maxwell Frost said this, but I have heard this said by the left in the past. Well, even though he was of a different ethnicity, he's forced to do the bidding of the white man, and I mean,
so
I've heard that argument made more than once.
I'd like Maxwell Frost to be held accountable for that comment and explain that comment as to who, and using your example, and you say he didn't say it necessarily, but I wouldn't be damn surprised if he did. Where's his evidence? Where's the memo? Black people go out there and be white supremacists. I don't know any black white supremacists. I don't believe they exist.
Well, a peripheral issue here, slightly off topic. I believe this is what happens. This is the quality of law enforcement you end up with when you are compelled to lower recruitment standards. And why do you have to lower recruitment standards? Law enforcement is beat up so much. It's come to the conclusion, people come to the conclusion, there is no way I'm going to go into that line of work, and of course, well, they need to meet their recruitment. So the solution then becomes, well, we'll just lower the standards. You lower the standards, and this is what you end up with. And then this is the mess you end up with.
And it's across the board. It's just, it's the case in medicine. It's the case in so many other professions that if you lower the standards, what do people think the end result of that's going to be? You're not getting the best and brightest because they don't want to be charged with a crime because, we'll use George Floyd for an example. He's a saint now. He's got a statue. He was just minding his own business. He wasn't doing anything. They just came and killed him for no reason.
And the problem is, and I always think of the time, and I know this is going to go back a few years, where that white police officer shot a black motorist in the back as he was running from him. And when I saw that, I just went, oh, you're feeding right into their narrative. And I feel like we got this again. We got these 5 guys out of control, feeding the narrative that clearly.
But it's not white on black. It's black on black. But we see we so want to blame white people, or I should say they so want to blame white people that they're going to turn it into that when it isn't that. Now you got what sounds to me, and I haven't seen the video, you said look like a mob beating up on this guy, and I would tell you I think that's probably what it is. because they're acting like a mob acts.
The problem is he was already subdued, you know.
5 guys out of control, beating this guy senseless and to death.
One of them, I don't know which one, but one of them kicked him in the head.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Kicking somebody in the head is a bad thing. You certainly can kill someone, and I don't know that wasn't the death blow here, so to speak, but you shouldn't get killed by the police. We're never going to argue that, but my complaint, I guess it would be, is why the rush to judgment on white people when there were no white people involved?
You know,
and why aren't those people being called out for the racists that they clearly are?
And you know,
Representative Frost.
If this all wasn't bad enough, now we've got a reason to tear up the town. You know,
we're going to go. You know, there was an injustice to someone I didn't even know, so I'm going to go steal an 80-inch TV.
Yep, and tear up the town and burn it down and this and that and
then complain that I live in a slum.
You know, we're simply following procedure. You know,
that's what it looks like. So.
Gosh,
please leave in the comment section why you like to blame white people for everything if you're of that ilk, or why you think that's BS. And this is going to be a shorter segment than we've been doing lately, but we'll wrap it up with that. And unless you have anything more to add.
When I heard about it and saw the video, I was just kind of infuriated that they're just contributing. The action of these police officers have contributed to this whole issue going down the toilet, you know?
Well, with the police versus citizens, yeah. But again, how does it become a black-white issue when there are no whites involved?
Yeah.
Well, they were secretly, train them to be, as if black people are just robots and don't have minds of their own. That's how insulting is that?
Correct.
Okay, so we'll wrap it up there. There's not much more to rant about on that topic other than white people are to blame for everything, climate change, you name it. So we'll wrap it up with that. And as we always say, be safe, watch your 6, and don't tread on me.